chassis down, see what we've got, and then give it some zinc undercoat and some silver top coat. I'm just going to put it in. Alright, we're going to start sanding this down. I've sanded down one piece just to get an idea of what it's going to look like, and it looks really good. So I'm probably going to use right angle die grinder on it with a Scotch-Brite pad. We'll just give that a go. I've just spent about the last 3 hours sanding and grinding this chassis. It's really good condition, everything's sound metal. We just had to get all the surface rust and everything off. So we've been right over the whole thing, front to back, everywhere I can get, right in all the little nooks and crannies. And I'm about to hit it now with some CRC zinc primer, and after that I'll put some silver base coat on it. Alright, we've just finished the zinc primer, which we've painted everywhere. Just come up alright, and we're just about to do mix up some base coat, silver base coat, and we'll do 2 coats of that. Alright, we're just finishing off this chassis. I've sprayed it with a proper gun, but I'm just running around where the gun can't get, doing some little bits of touch up. Then we're done really. We'll paint the wooden part of the floor with some protective paint, but everything else is done. And then tomorrow I have to I'm going to build a support for that step and paint it and put it in, and finish painting the coupling on the drawbar. And then we'll be able to move on to things like gas hoses and tail light wiring. Painting this floor, which we're doing with a fence paint. I like it because it looks good, but also it helps to protect the floor as well. So it's a bit of an ordeal because you've got to cut in everywhere, but I'm about halfway through it and hopefully should have it done pretty soon. Alright, last night I finished up the floor, finally. Come and have a look. So this is all done and painted in. If you get down low, you can see what it's like. And just really now need to tie up a few loose ends with it. I've made a list. I've got to remove this coupling, which I'm going to do first, and tidy that up and paint it. Paint the gas ring. Need to tidy up this wiring here and pin it back up. Lube up these legs, which are really stiff at the moment. Then I need to make a support for this. And what we are going to do is we're going to put a fresh water system in it. So I'm going to buy a new tank, fabricate some straps and things, and put that in as well. But what we're going to do first is we'll just start with the coupling, so I'm going to rip that off now. This one's going to be temperamental.
I'm trying to show them what we...
I'm not going to get it high enough that I can get a rattle gun on it. That just sped the process up.
No.
This braking system just sits on the top. Put it there. And hopefully that doesn't put too much strain on the line. And these front ones, hopefully should be alright. Indeed. These bolts, they could certainly do with a tidy up. This one's got the safety chain attached to it. Did have the safety chain attached to it. Alright.
Oh.
Easy as that. So what we need to do is just give it a paint job. And then lube up these.
Isn't that bad if you get
caps.
like dirt in here? Like sand.
It's okay. But yeah, I'll have a go at that now. This is all coming off very easy, really. Anybody's ever wondered how these work, it's got a massive spring in there. So this thing here activates your brakes, so that's your brakes locked off, so it can't push that spring in. So if you take that off, then when the car slows down, it'll come back here, push this, which pushes this out, and activates the brakes. And that's how it works. And it has a massive spring in there, which this all needs to be well greased up, which this one's pretty good. All right, we'll carry on getting this on this one. As you can see, coming off pretty easy. I'll try this bit here.
Don't mind that in the background. Oh, something come loose. What happened there?
Right, CSC. Alright, just got to put this hose up back out of the way again. These other ones will rivet. Break it. One way of ejecting the rivet.
Is this last bracket?
One more after this, so let's screw in. Alright, another job we've got to do is these legs are really hard to wind up and down. So rather than using the leg winder, I'm going to make it mechanical. I'm just going to undo these, it's probably going to be a bit loud. Okay, as you can hear from the impact driver, that is not good. Probably something to do with, let's have a look at it. No grease whatsoever, plenty of rust.
Should I record?
Yeah, I thought you were recording. So I can't really get in there with anything to tidy it up. So what I'm going to do, I really just need to lube this part of it here. I'll get an air gun in there and blow it out, and then we'll take it from there. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do is put an air gun in here. put some grease in it. Hard to get down to these bits. Might just have to spray that with something. I can't really get to it. Just grab a rag.
Can't really see. So we need to do these with all the legs, eh?
Yes, I do. Try not to trip over the wheel one. What I'm going to do is just put a wheel bearing grease.
So that'll make it smooth?
It should do, in theory. Put some down here as much as I can. Just routine maintenance that most people don't do. Okay, that's sort of what it should look like.
Blue.
Alright, so we'll just try it again. We're just going to have to work it up and down a bit. Way better.
Doesn't.
Okay, that's much, although very, very noisy, it's much better. I'm just going to put a bit more in there.
If you hear some buzzing. Sweet.
I wonder if that nut's a bit tight on the end as well. Oh no, it doesn't have one. Don't have to worry about that.
Wait a minute. Why do these have those like little? Why do these have these, Dad? But it's welded.
Oh, because somebody's, it's not really the correct leg for it, so somebody's
Just
retrofitted it, and they've had to weld RHS from here to here to have something for it to mount on.
isn't that a bit
And
rough?
they've welded there. It's not pretty. It's effective.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, it's not going to come undone anytime soon, but it's not the way I would have done it, but it does do the job.
Are those good molds?
They're effective. They're not certainly not pretty, but they're okay.
So they're just there for effectiveness.
Just there to stop the leg from coming down. And I mean, really, it's really for when the cars are travelling, because when the caravan's travelling, when the legs are down, it's forcing it up against the chassis. But it'll do the job that it's supposed to do. Righty ho. I might have to mute this out a little bit because it's noisy as.